Maths isn't just some numbers and letters separated by an equals sign. In its purest form, it's more of an expression of fundamental logic in the universe. Like instead of 1 plus 1 equals 2, we have a thing, and if we have another of those things, we have more than just a single thing now, and we assign the idea of 2 to it. That might sound like I just explained how 1 plus 1 is 2 in a bit of a roundabout way, but it is definitely distinct. Also, this means there are logical concepts we express as things other than simply the standard integers 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. They are called integers and are designated by a z, not an I. If you add a little plus above it, it means only positive integers, so 1, 2, 3 and so on, not 0. If you add a little minus, it's all the negatives, but still not 0. This is known as a set. There are a lot of predefined sets, denoted by these big crazy letters, but you can make one with any members you want, written like this. It is just good shorthand for some of those categories of numbers to use a big letter and then be more specific down the road. You can have as many rules for your set as you want. If you wanted 0, you could do the natural numbers, which are the positive integers, in addition to 0. They're designated as n. There isn't anything more specific than this, and if you want to refer to even numbers or something else, you specify that as an additional rule when declaring your set. Above integers, we have rational numbers. Rational, they can be expressed as a ratio of an integer, like instead of 4, I can have a third of that, so 4 over 3. This is not an integer, but it is a rational number. It can be expressed in some number form of a fraction or some decimal. They have the letter Q, which stands for quotient, which is just another word for fraction, and use them interchangeably. Beyond that, we can have real numbers. Real numbers are all numbers you can think of on a number line. Pi couldn't be expressed as a fraction, it's irrational, but it is real. It's just a number, you can place it on that number line. A lot of square roots are like this too, e's like this. Under this real umbrella, we also have irrational numbers, which is everything that's real but it's not rational. So only pi, only the roots. You get the idea. Beyond real, we have complex numbers, so called because they're a bit complicated to understand for someone who doesn't like maths. These are numbers that have more than one component. You can have a number piece attached to a complex number, but we sort of have a secondary value to assign to it. In the game Battleship, you have a coordinate system A1, A2, B1, B2, etc. If I got rid of all the letters, you could only have a single line of squares and express each square uniquely. 1, 2, 3. If we add a second piece of information, the letter, and it's completely independent of that number, this letter, it gives us a whole lot more numbers to work with. That is what a complex number is. We express that second component as some value of I. All real numbers are complex numbers. They just have 0 i's in their number. If I have the number 1, I technically have 1 r's, 1 real value, but 0 i's, 0 imaginary values. Values that have 0 r's and only i's on the flip side can be called imaginary numbers, which is a subcategory of this complex number umbrella. These are all the conventional number categories, and without going into the ends of mathematics, this is pretty much all you'll ever need, all we'll ever hear of. Thanks, and I hope you learned something.